Sweden is one of many European countries with a monarchy where the royal family dates back to the 1800s. Known as the House of Bernadotte, King Carl XVI Gustaf is the seventh monarch to rule under this house, currently presiding as head of state of Sweden with his wife, Queen Silvia, via Sweden's official website. Carl XVI Gustaf is the longest reigning monarch in Swedish history, having ascended the throne in 1973 after the death of his grandfather, Gustav VI Adolf. Born Carl Gustav Folke Hubertus, through the Swedish Royal Court, the current king was born during the reign of his great-grandfather Gustav V, through the Scandinavian Standard. When then Prince Carl Gustaf was 9 months old, his father, Prince Gustaf Adolf, the second heir, died in a plane crash in 1947. As his only son, Prince Carl inherited his father's title. He became heir in 1950 when his grandfather, Gustav VI Adolf, ascended the throne after the death of Gustav V. When Gustav VI Adolf died on September 15, 1973, Prince Carl Gustaf ascended the throne at the age of 27. He was crowned 4 days after his grandfather's death on September 19, via the New York Times. In 1976 King Carl XVI Gustaf married Queen Silvia, and a year later they had their first child, Crown Princess Victoria. Now the 45-year-old heir has been preceded by decades of preparation to become Sweden's next monarch. But when would Victoria become queen? Crown Princess Victoria will become the first queen of the House of Bernadotte. Born Victoria Ingrid Alice Desiree, Crown Princess Victoria was not given the title of heiress at birth. Victoria was born 3 years before Sweden introduced the Act of Succession in 1979, through the Swedish Royal Court, which meant that the eldest child of the reigning monarch could become heir regardless of gender. By this time, King Carl XVI Gustaf and Queen Silvia welcomed their son, Prince Carl Philip, and granted him the title of heir to the Swedish throne. But Victoria soon received the title of legitimate heiress after the new Swedish Succession Act came into force in 1980. As in most monarchies, Victoria is expected to ascend to the throne after the death of her father. But unlike the recent ascent to the throne of Britain's King Charles III, who immediately ascended to the throne after the death of Queen Elizabeth II, but will not be crowned until May 6, 2023, via BBC News, the Swedish plan for ascending the throne is far from as drawn out. Moreover, no Swedish monarch has been crowned since Gustav V abstained from the coronation ceremony, according to the Swedish Royal Court. King Charles followed this tradition when he became king in 1973, and Victoria is likely to follow in his footsteps. After her coronation, Victoria would become the first queen of Sweden to ascend the throne since the 1979 Act of Succession, and the first queen of the House of Bernadotte.